everybody, One of Wisdom here. It is 2:51 in the morning, Sunday, April 30th, 2017. If I sound bad, it's because I'm freezing. I'm a little tired, but more than anything, I am freezing. There's a raging winter weather event going on outside, and I swear 90% of it is pouring through the window near my desk. I'd never heard those birds that loud before. I should probably turn the TV down. I've been editing a crud ton of Minecraft videos today. I would be playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe in my bed, but I pre-ordered through Amazon.com. Guaranteed day of release delivery. Pretty fantastic, I said to myself. Save a little money too with the Prime membership, huh? Guess who didn't deliver Mario Kart 8 Deluxe to me? That would be Amazon. I made a video about it. Why did I make a video about it? Because Amazon refused to handle anything civilly and personally. They don't acknowledge their mistakes on social media. You check Twitter, you go through Facebook posts. It looks to me, given the fact that so few people likely voice dissent or complaints on social media, because the majority of people, if you're a mother of three named Amy Evans and you ordered Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and you go on there, everyone in the world knows it's you, right? There's kind of no veil of anonymity that you typically have with the internet. With me, I'm sitting here in the world under a gamer tag. You're freaking right, I'm going to come after you, Amazon. So they ignore it, pretend that it doesn't happen. And then the thing today, I've been dragging it out. I've been waiting, thinking maybe they're working up resolutions or something. And I think to myself, and I mentioned it in the video, I guarantee you they would respond if I had trouble making an order. And so this afternoon, sometime around like the time the NFL draft wrapped up, I tweet to Amazon, "Hey guys, I'm having trouble making an order. Could someone assist?" Guess what? I had a response within 10 minutes. They said, "Oh, we're so sorry to hear that. Could you please elaborate on what the problem is?" And you know what I said? I said, "Oh, it's nothing really. Just making sure that you respond to people that you want to take money from and still ignore the people that have legitimate issues with your company, you quack." So yeah, I will never, ever, ever again purchase a game from Amazon for release day delivery. In the past, Amazon has been one of the few companies that really kind of goes above and beyond when they screw up. I can't even get acknowledgement from these people that this happens to them. And it's not just me. There's hundreds of people. This whole weekend, I plan to know life. And I'm not just throwing that out there now. If you watch my previous videos from this week, and I don't know, probably a month ago even, I was specifically saying how Friday, April 28th, 2017, I'm no-lifing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I'm going to stream the snot out of it. Come and join the fun. Can't wait to play battle mode. Hopes and dreams shattered. Why don't I just go buy a copy, you say? Well, if I go out and buy a copy, number one, it was supposed to be delivered to me. Number two, it's horrible weather. Number two, it's freezing. But the biggest thing is, then I've got an extra copy that I don't need. And so what do I have to do with that? Return it to Amazon. That opens me up to a door where I have to pay freight, and then they can claim that they didn't get it back. And I'm out double payment on a game, and I've only got one copy. It's a complete nightmare. It's a headache scenario, and I'm never doing it again. Truth be told, I'd like to quit buying everything from Amazon. There's just some things, their prices are ridiculously better than other people. That said, if you don't have Prime, Amazon is really kind of a worthless place to deal with. And that's because, and I've hit on this in unboxing videos in the past, they take like a week to process your order. You could go in and you could order like a box of Goldfish snack crackers, Matchbox 20 CD, and Crash and Cortex, Thumpin' Woompa Islands Adventure Pack, right? If you're a Prime member, that crud's boxed up and shipped out ASAP. If you're not paying them $60 a year, kind of like Sam's, you know what Sam's is. It's tied in with Walmart. I bet Amazon doesn't want you to know that, huh? That they practice the same strategies, sucker you into some membership. Well, here's the deal, okay? If you're not a Prime member, they'll just sit on your order. It still ships about the same speed, as long as they use UPS ground or FedEx ground, right? If anything goes like through the post office, you're pretty well screwed, but I mean, that's a given anywhere. Thing is, The main difference is with Prime, they just process your order quicker. So, if I ordered Mario, and the thing is, what I have the problem with is that is deceptive and fraudulent. And why do I throw those terms around? Here's why. It's deception when you advertise a product and service that you don't deliver on, right? I can't come in and guarantee you that I can sell you my tap water and you're going to lose 20 pounds. I would be sued. It would be a class action lawsuit. The FDA would come down on me. The FTC would come down on me. Amazon comes in. I purchased the product, but the reason that I bought from them is because they guaranteed release day delivery. This alleviated me from having to go to a store that I didn't want to go to, or have to go deal with traffic on a Friday that I didn't want to mess with. Looks like the golden ticket. Don't do it. When you fail to do it and you don't correspond with people and say, hey, we're so sorry, there was a snowstorm in Utah that screwed up our deliveries for the western half of the country. Or, we're so sorry, everyone, Nintendo didn't ship an adequate amount and we've oversold. You're one of the people that gets shafted. Here's $25. We apologize. No communication at all. And then where it's fraudulent is when I don't get my product the day of delivery. They've got my money. They've had my money. I didn't pre-order it the night before or the day of. I pre-ordered it well in advance. Had they have told me, you're not going to get this until Monday, I would have said, hey, I don't want this. I'm going to cancel my order. I want this game Friday, the day of release. I'll buy it locally. But I never had that option because they failed miserably. That's fraudulent. That's deceptive. The FTC Amazon is very clear with what they consider truth in advertising. I strongly suggest you read up on that. So yes, until I stop being pissed off, which is probably not going to be anytime soon, every video will begin with a disclaimer to never buy games from Amazon, and I'll put it as comments and in my description and everything that I want to do. And what I'm asking from Amazon, it's not for a refund, it's not for their ubiquitous, here's $10, now shut up, or you keep nagging at them, here's $25, shut up. You know what I want? I want 10 copies of the game, and they're not for me, they're to be donated to charity. I can either prescribe where I want Amazon to send them, and they'll have to provide me a receipt, including the person that receives them, who I will have to communicate with directly because I have no faith in Amazon following through, or they can send them to me and I will take care of it, and I can provide them with a receipt that they have in fact been delivered to a charitable organization. So Amazon, the ball's in your court. Your customer service has gone downhill. You can't fraudulently and deceptively advertise like that. I don't care what the circumstances are. You can't do it. And then to have something happen and to not communicate with anyone is pathetic. If you follow up with people that are also irate, it ranges from, they hung up on me, customer service, or they disconnected me from chat, or, hey, I got $10. Some people get $25. Some people got the full price of the game refunded to them. You can't have resolutions that aren't you. If you've got everyone's insured with State Farm, and a forest fire comes and it burns down house A, B, C, D, and E. If house A gets $10, house B gets $25, house C gets a full replacement value of the home to rebuild their log cabin, house D gets nothing, and house E gets $10. Guess what happens when the homeowners begin to talk? They're going to be pissed off. Everyone's going to be like, what the frick? How did house C get the full replacement value? Why didn't I get that? The people that got $10 are going to be upset they didn't even get the $25. The person that got nothing's going to be like, I wasn't even offered $10. I have the same insurance agent and the same policy through the same company. None of this makes sense. You've dug yourself a hole, Amazon, and you're going downhill fast, and I will pull all my business from you. I don't have much of an impact here on YouTube or Twitter or Facebook or wherever, but by gosh, I'm a man that stands by my principle, and my word, unlike yours, is good. And when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. And when I screw up, I bend over backwards to attempt and appease people and make it right. You failed, Amazon. You failed miserably, and you won't own up to it, and that's what's shameful. That's what's absolutely shameful, you wretch of a company. So screw you, Amazon. I'd be asleep right now, delighted that I'd been playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and you screwed me and hundreds or thousands of other people out of that. Pathetic losers. Okay, so that warmed me up a little bit, but that's a true story. I mean, I would have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe streams I was exporting to YouTube that you would be seeing Sunday today instead of me being up freezing to death trying to do this. And for people to think I'm exaggerating or making things up, no. Literally, previous videos, I was geeked out beyond your wildest dreams about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I love battle mode. I play the snot out of it on Mario Kart Wii with my nephew. It's something we couldn't wait to do, and Friday was the day, and it was so cool because it's a Friday release, so you get to play it over the weekend, and then, whoa, it's going to be bad weather, going to be needing to stay inside. What can you do? Play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And that was taken away from me by Amazon, and I'm legitimately pissed because of the way they chose not to handle it. You know, if you drop a bomb on your neighbor's house and you just ignore them when they're like, dude, what the heck? You're going to make things worse. So, I'm actually hoping, and again, like I said, they have fantastic prices on things that are far cheaper than anywhere else. But if it's a deal where I can get something from Amazon for $60 and I have to pay Newegg $65 or a different retailer $64.99, I'm going to spend the extra $5. I do it. Again, I have nothing against Walmart aside from the crowds and the people there, and that's why I shop at local grocery stores and Target and pay a little extra. Don't think I won't do that to you, Amazon, because that's what's going to happen. So, and by the way, if you need Animal Crossing Amiibo and you think they're a great deal, sitting old over there $4 to $7 at Amazon, they're all $2.99 at GameStop. Go buy them now. Tell them one of Wiisdom sent you. Anyway, will I edit that out? No, because quite frankly, people need to know how cruddy of a company Amazon is. This is a video that I could easily take past G ratings or PG ratings, and I chose not to do that, but believe me, I could, and I could make one freaking heck of a rant video. And like I said, I'm one of those people that doesn't just forget about things overnight, and I don't make idle promises and then walk away from them. I am someone that will live with this vendetta until justice is served. And I've decided that you really can't make up for ignoring someone's complaints. But if we get 10 copies and we get them to a charitable organization of my choice, you know, I'll call it a wash. I'm still not going to do as much business with Amazon. Hopefully not any, regardless, because of the way they've handled this whole situation. But it is what it is. So here we are with Egg Bomber Airstrike, and I told you I felt like I had done the Soul Gem before, and I couldn't figure it out because I probably did it when I was super tired. This is where we did it. We bought the Soul Gem here. And Secret Falling Palm Strike, I determined in editing that it can actually do 20 to 30 if it lands perfectly. It's like super complicated. And then of course we've got the Sky Chi ready to go. Since it is Egg Bomber Airstrike, instead of doubling up on the videos and having Egg Bomber base and Egg Bomber, bottom path, we're just going to go ahead and waltz through them. So let's go ahead and refresh here. You got Bird Brawl. It's our primary. Press X to attack with or without the birdie. And Bird Dive Bomb, press B to send out or call the Falcon down for a dive bomb attack. So, first thing first, we're going to showcase the primary real quick. Basically what we have in this situation. Airstrike himself, 3451, 4568, 5786, 90 to 135. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4. It incrementally gets higher. The same can be said for Birdie, although it's 17 to 26 for hits 1 and 2, 23 to 35, 34 to 51 for 3 and 4, respectively. He sadly has no jump attack, which is a shame since he is a brawler. My thoughts would be an uppercut type of a thing. I realize you're already up, but, you jump, you press your primary attack, he kind of cascades back to the ground, swings up in sort of a Mortal Kombat finish him type of an uppercut. But, hey, that's just what I would do. Bird Dive Bomb is our secondary attack. You've got roughly 6 seconds of flight. Birdie's going to come down and ground pound at 62 to 93. There will be feathers that as you walk, they will spawn. Standing, they do 8 to 12, so if an enemy just walks into them, they're going to take 8 to 12 damage. They will explode at 17 to 26 once Birdie has landed. If we punch without Birdie, we do 23-35, 27-41, and 37-56. I've never been able to get a fourth punch off So let's go ahead and try this. It's actually very hard to do, as you can see there. But you get a feel for it. The other thing of note, let's go ahead and do the soul gem. So I'm going to hold B if I remember correctly. I jump up with Birdie, the palm comes down, and we get that. So the soul gem is, this is my reward for you sitting through the Amazon rant, if you wondered. Doing this special stuff at the start. 20 to 30 is going to be the palm when it drops. Airstrike himself is going to do 68 to 102 when he comes down. There's a really, really good radius. And watch the knock-up, okay? That comes down. Boom. That guy goes in the sky. It's that simple. Pretty interesting. Sky Chi is called Fight and Flight. It's very hard to control in this small area. You can press X and dash with it. I will showcase the damage first, and then if there's any time left over, I will dash. Okay, so now I'm just down and I'm dashing. So, like I said, it's very difficult to control, but it is what it is. And speaking of control, if you wonder why Egg Bomber Airstrike's not walking up here like this, it's because I'm using my new custom controller from the Xbox Design Lab, which, unlike Amazon, they were just a dream to deal with. And the shipping was ridiculously fast. You didn't have to pay extra, and you don't have to sign up for a year's membership of Prime. It's just quality service. Same with MC Pro Hosting. I'll brag on them. You pay for the service. They've got great tech support they advertise. You need them. They've actually got great tech support. More than I can say for our good friends down in the jungles at Amazon. So, suck on that. I'm going to keep it coming, Amazon. What we want to do now is run through the base upgrades here.
How do you like our chances?
Spinning Bird Fist. Again, no discounts, nothing. No wing sapphires in this game. Full price. You need 14.2 for the full set, if I remember correctly. We've already spent 4,000 on the Soul Gem. Keep that in mind. This is our tertiary. Press Y to attack with a special strike. The Falcon sucks enemies into the attack. This is actually pretty cool. It's just kind of a shame nothing ever transpired from it, but it'll do 15 to 23, and it does it really, really fast. Storm Front Finish. Add a wind attack to the final hit of your primary combo. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is spammed, and boom. The wind attack, it's basically going to be Vortex is out. They're going to do 34 to 51 damage. They have like a 3-second lifespan. If Birdie is down, you send out 4 maximum, I believe. If Birdie is up in the air and you 1, 2, 3, 4 spam it, you can actually send out 8. It's kind of like a omnidirectional attack at that point in time, which is really neat. Alright, so we have Liftoff. This is sending up the Falcon. Will also launch nearby enemies and reflect enemy projectiles. This is kind of just right now more of an aesthetic thing. So that dummy, when I did the Soul Gem and I told you to watch for the knock-up, once we purchase this, when I hold down B, when I go up and Birdie goes up, the dummy also goes up. Reflecting the projectiles, obviously that's nothing I can showcase here, but it should be appreciable when we're progressing through the game or an arena. After that, Sight of Eggs. This is sort of a precursor of what I think will be coming with what goes up the bottom path for Airstrike. Sending off the Falcon leaves an explosive egg you can hit, which contains a random prize. 1,200 is the price there. So, let's go ahead and quickly run you through these. First off, the tertiary attack. It's basically like that. And the way it works with an enemy is what you see there, just 15 to 23 in rapid succession. Stormfront Finish, if I just 1, 2, 3, 4, we send out 4 vortexes. Sometimes, depending if there's objects or enemies or barriers, it'll just be like 1, 2, 3. It kind of depends what gets blocked. If Birdie is up in the air, and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, well, that was a dead. You saw them radiate that time, so that's what that is. If I send Birdie up now, check this out. The dummy goes with Birdie. That right there is our special egg. It drops like 3 XP dots. They're like minuscule in value. I mean, over time they could add up, but it's not like, oh wow, you know, big gains. You can get cash and you can get cheese. Whatever food you get, it's usually cheese. It's only plus 10, which is kind of a little bit of a buzzkill, but still, it's unique, and that makes me like it. And that's just showcase of the base upgrades. So what we're going to do now is come in again. If you're curious about primal elements, we took that with a regular airstrike. In my opinion, it suited him better. I'm a big fan of it. It's nothing flashy, nothing huge astronomical numbers that make you say, wow, I'm taking primal elements. But when you combine everything together and you utilize it all correctly, I think that's going to be a screen cleaning path. I mean, I think it's just going to decimate everything effortlessly. I wanted to stream today. I was going to do Amiibo Festival, and I was going to do a level in Skylanders is what I was thinking. I was kind of thinking Cursed Tiki Temple, but just it didn't pan out time-wise for me. So anyway, let's come in here. And what are we to? Let me check the time so I can be kind and tell people. 21-minute mark, we're getting to the path. But, you know, roughly 5 to 10 minutes of that, we were talking base upgrades and box stock abilities. We've rehashed those because he is an alt-deco. He is special. We will do that. And again, I don't want to feed you a duplicate video. Egg Bomber Airstrike's base upgrades, since he's statistically the same as his standard counterpart, it's going to be the exact same thing. So we'll just bundle it all here. And the first 10 minutes or so is me complaining about Amazon, which again, I am totally fine with because I am not a satisfied customer. Alright, so Eye of the Storm, Gale Force, and One with the Elements. If you think, man, those look cool, they are. And again, they're in primal elements. You can check with standard airstrike. That said, we will be doing these bottom 3 here, so let's go ahead and click. And as you can see, what goes up? Improve the Falcon's attacks. So if you're a fan of the Falconer from SNL, if you're a fan of Birdie, if you like birds, this is probably what you're going to do. If you like eggs, if you like throwing eggs, if you like dropping eggs, if you like physics projects you have to do in high school, or you have to climb at least 20 feet tall and drop an egg in a box or a Pringle can full of foam because you're cheap but you're smarter than your classmates and it works, this is the path you'll want to take. True stories there, by the way. But, and it's amazing. People went to all these great lengths to do things, and yet a Pringles can with foam in it, which is like the cheapest and easiest, least exerting for you, least exerting pocketbook-wise for yourself, your parents, or your fellow classmates in the group, and it just works. Yeah. Another thing you can do is take a surgical, not a surgical mask, but like a really good quality dust mask, like N95 type of stuff, and with the elastic and kind of staple it to the inside perimeter of a box and then use packing peanuts. That works pretty good. Funniest one I ever saw, it was a kid and his group put it in like a plastic bag and then used this like big stuffed animal that they like cut a hole in the bottom end of and put the egg like in the middle, and then when you pulled it out, the teacher, it was a busted egg. And that was a legendary moment. Do you remember anything practical from your physics class? Maybe not, but do you remember the time that they dropped in a cut open teddy bear who had a cracked egg inside? You frickin' right you do. So, just like, do you remember the times Amazon did good service, or do you remember the times they screwed you out of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? And the answer is, you remember the times they screwed you out of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So, let's improve Birdie's attacks. This should be cool. Free range eggs. The side of eggs upgrade, which again, this was our final base upgrade, now explodes into more valuable prizes. Interesting. I should mention before we forget, side of eggs, it's an interesting deal. The egg will explode in 3 to 5 seconds, but it'll do 20 to 30 damage as well. We didn't really hit on that, but so it will apparently just increase, I guess, the gold, the XP, or the food values possibly. Let's go ahead and pick it up for 1,700, see what we've got. Alright, so first thing first, let's come down here. The egg is sometimes very difficult to break, I'll tell you that. So we send Birdie up, there's the egg. And it's gone, like I told you. Alright, there's the egg. Okay, let's see what this heals. It's pizza now. Plus 40. That's a significant gain. I was thinking it would be 20, is honestly what I was thinking. Let's see if it's pizza every time. We'll actually have to... Oh, it is pizza. 2 out of 2 anyway have been pizza. That's pretty cool. But do you ever get money? Oh, my bad.
Right in the kisser.
Why does he say right in the kisser? That's strange. Okay, so there's some cash. That's a lot more money. I didn't bother to count how much money we made. I apologize, but it's insignificant, but it could over time add up. I mean, it's better than nothing, is the bottom line. Alright. I'm waiting to see if we get XP, although I hope it's not enough to level me up. Oh, there's the XP. So he's had nothing. Let's see how much this is. I'd say that's like double easily of what we had. So, does it do more damage? We will check. But the main thing, free range eggs, increased, good lord it's cold, loot. I'm having a hard time typing because of that. Food is plus 40. Roughly double cash. And if you think, man, those keys aren't getting clicked very fast, what's going on? My hands are literally numb. It's honest to gosh that cold. So my apologies, but it is what it is. This is so hard to get this thing to cooperate. Man. He'll probably die, yep. And the egg rolls off. Where did it go that time? Okay. Right. Pizza. Okay. You know what? I don't have time for this. So, we're moving on. We'll try to check it out downstairs, or I'll do it off camera. I don't know. Smooth landing is up next. While the Falcon is out, press XXX, hold X, to coordinate a devastating landing attack. 2200. This sounds pretty cool. Alright. And it's definitely doable. So let's come down here and take a look at it. So we send Birdie up. We get the egg that we get to ignore. 1, 2, 3. I'm holding X. Okay. So much pizza. Birdie's out. 1, 2, 3. Hold X. Alright, we'll have to log damage up here, I think. So, Birdie's up. 1, 2, 3. Hold. I'm guessing it was the 136. Well, the bird wasn't up, was it? Let's get all the dummies in here, actually. Birdie, don't kill him when you come down. Okay, so Birdie goes up, dummies go up. 1, 2, 3, hold. I think it's 136. Pretty sure anyway. That's not quite as cool as I thought it would be, primarily because I was picturing like this dramatic falconer type deal where the birdie is going to land on like our hand, and that might be what happens, but I don't really see it. So we will check, we will continue. Look at the Air Element logo on Birdie in that picture though. That hasn't been there. Like right here you get a good I guess possibly it is. But it's very prominent here and kind of like illuminated, it seems. That said, this is probably what intrigued most people when you have a path option here. Chance of showers. Egg bombs fall from the sky while the Falcon is out. Now they're calling them egg bombs, so I assume they're not going to be the bonus egg. If that was the case, that could be really significant, adding up a lot of insignificant things simultaneously. I don't know the size, the frequency, or the damage, and that's why we're going to buy it and find out, and thus complete what goes up. The bottom path 4. People seem to prefer top and bottom, and I don't really understand why. To me, go by the path name. You know, it's one of those things. So anyway, so while Birdie's out, it's gonna rain egg bombs, huh?
Come on, Birdie! Show them what you're made of!
I think there were like 8 of them. Now what I want to do, those were all relatively just like in an orbit around airstrike. I want to see if I move linear, if Birdie kind of follows suit, sort of like a boom jet type of an upgrade. He's so underappreciated, that guy. I love him. Here we go. Birdie's up. I'm coming. Okay, they do follow your path.
Feather, eh?
That's pretty cool. Oh, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. Why did that never happen to me with the bad analog stick? It happened now. Probably because I'm freezing. Like, when I say my hands are numb, they're legitimately numb. If you were to shake my hand right now, you'd be like, oh my gosh, is that guy dead or something? But I don't know how well we can showcase this one either, but I'll certainly give it a go. So, we'll get a lot of dummies here. I'll send Birdie up. I'm just going to stand stationary. 20. Wow. Let's do it again. To 30. 93 on the crash landing, huh? Alright, so chance of showers 20 to 30 from... How many egg bombs do we think there are? Let's try to count them.
Come on, Birdie! Show them what you're made of!
I think 7. I honestly think it's 7. Like, I could be wrong, but I genuinely believe it is 7. Let's try running and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8? We'll go with 8. How about that? Because I think I counted that earlier. 20 to 30 from 8 egg bombs. So, I think that's about it here. I'll check the time. If we're not too terribly long, I'll go ahead and run down here. I'm going anyway, but it's okay. We're 32 minutes. I think we can justify this. My apologies on not showing you the Sky Chi again, but I've done it multiple times, including I think in his intro. So we will exit the academy. We will go down. We will let that stupid annoying robot that tries to sell us things spawn. You know what he's less annoying than? He's less annoying than Amazon. That's what he's less annoying than. Okay, so once the load screen's gone. Oh, I know. You want me to fly. Okay. Spawn. Thank you. We can now operate in peace down here, as we should be able to. And let's see what we can do. Alright, so free range eggs, yeah, we kind of get it, but let's see if we can... It's really hard to do anything with that egg, because you can't control it very well. I'm going to send that up, and then I want... Oh, well, hey. Great. Uh-huh. So, I'm thinking the egg doesn't really do much of anything in terms of increased damage. And if it does, it's just so annoyingly difficult to ever document, it doesn't really even matter. Chance of showers, it looks like we were seeing the 20 to 30 from that. You can see that there pretty well, so that's cool. Oh, well, it's still doing 20. That worked out perfectly. Side of eggs, it was doing 20, right? Yes, 20 to 30. It's still doing 20 to 30. Can't complain about that at all. So we understand chance of showers. When Birdie's up, you have a chance for 8 egg bombs to fall at 20 to 30. I kind of thought there would have been more, but I guess it makes sense being timed like it is, you know. Free ranged eggs, again, we get that. It's a shame that didn't increase damage, but smooth landing is what I really want to evaluate here.
These numbers ain't nothing but numbers.
It's the middle one. While the Falcon is out, Birdie, I don't know why they call it Birdie and then don't call it by name. Anyway, hold the 4th X and you get a devastating landing attack. So, you're going to do this one more time. Just press B, and when I call Birdie back, which you can do, you're going to have 93. That is... I'm noticing it seems like almost every time it's a crit. Okay, that time it wasn't, so we've eliminated that as well. I was thinking maybe this path gives you an automatic little crit when Birdie crash lands. Not the case, so at least we know. But 62 to 93 is standard, so what we want to do is send Birdie up, and then I'm going to 1, 2, 3, hold.
Give him the old 1-2.
I feel like it's 136. That's what I thought earlier. Yeah, and I think 136 is in fact...
Excellent.
Yeah, it's 136. So 136, half of that would be what? I'm very, very tired. 68, right? 61, 21, 28, 136. So 136 and 68 will be 204, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know that we've seen a 204, but I'm sure we can get one going. Yeah. And then, of course, you know, if you start way over here and you spawn in a lot of feathers along the way, provided Birdie's gone. Birdie, oh, fly away. Yeah. You can kind of tweak that one if you are so inclined. That said, just initial judgment here, having not played... That was a dud. Having not played with either in a chapter or an arena or anything along those lines, or PvP, if God willing that was an option for us, Toys for Bob, and a standalone PvP game I've been asking for since you took it away after Swap Force, you know, when I was telling Lou that Chaos Doom Challenge sounded cool, but it's still not PvP. Yeah. Without getting to compare them in that manner, I think I've got to lean towards Primal Elements. It suits my playstyle the best. I think it's going to be a screen cleaner. I don't think this is a bad path at all. And it's pretty cool. This is sort of more of like the gimmicky path. So the biggest thing here, smooth landing is actually pretty significant damage-wise and kind of makes up for everything else. Free-range eggs, though, yeah, the cash is better, the XP is better, but getting plus 40 health, that's like old-school life element healing. This is like Stump Smash floating in the river, Stealth Elf being Stealth Elf, like SSA cool. Plus 40 is a very big deal. Let's say that you've got your Egg Bomber Airstrike, you get him fully upgraded, you use my money tricks or whatever, but he's level 1. And you take him through Griffin Park and you run into some enemies, and your health is down to 10. But you've cleared the enemies from the area, you've got a little safe space to work with, and you just do this. And you hit the egg. Every time that thing explodes, and it's a pizza slice, you regenerate 40 health. So you could go from 10 to 50 to 90 to 130, 170, 210, 250, 290, 330, which would max at 300, which is full. He can basically take care of himself, if you will. He can self-heal. And that can never be underestimated, particularly if you're someone that plays with limited Skylanders, like maybe you know, the funds aren't there, or you rely on your parents or whatever other alternative means, and you can only pick a handful of characters. Airstrike, on this path, what goes up is someone that can heal himself if you need that type of an advantage. But I'd say that's the coolest aspect of it. Smooth landing, it doesn't aesthetically look like I thought it would, is what's kind of disappointing for me. The damage is outstanding, though, 136 to 204. Chance of Showers is by far the coolest, in my opinion. And you have to realize, if you're thinking, oh, 20 to 30 is lame, keep in mind there's 8 of them, so that's 160 to 240. So the damage is certainly here. It's just for my playstyle, I think Primal Elements is the way to go. This is definitely like the more cutesy, where I took Siren Griffin for Sonic Boom and SSA and loved it. If you're into the babies, if you're into like the, she's a mama and she's going to have the kids, whatever, this is sort of your path. It plays off of Birdie the Falcon the best, in my opinion. What my complaint is, let's go ahead and do the Soul Gym here. Sweet.
Dynamite!
But what my complaint is in this thing, why was this never improved upon? This is our tertiary attack. It's your first ever base upgrade. It's called Spinning Bird Fist. And it just does a whole bunch of 15 to 23 really fast. You can't hold it down. You can't, like rapid tap. You can't even move when you do it. But it's so cool. I would have loved to have seen that expanded on. Like maybe Birdie goes out and increases the orbit of it, maybe twofold type of a thing. And just even doing 5 to 8 or 10 to 15 on the perimeter. Something like that would have just been really neat to see. But overall, I don't think you can go wrong with either path. If you ask me what I would take if I just had one airstrike and had to keep it for an eternity, I think I'd stick Primal Elements. Again, I'm kind of a big weather guy. I do think the Falcon is really cool. I like the aesthetic and the concept of it. But just for myself personally, when you've got lightning and all sorts of other things, it's, kind of the way I would lean. So that said, this is Egg Bomber Airstrike. Not only did we showcase what goes up, we also took you through a complete and comprehensive walkthrough of his box stock abilities, as well as his base upgrades, as well as a 10-minute rant about Amazon not delivering Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But I gotta say, this new controller, I'm still liking it. It feels great in my hand, even though my hands are cold. The extra grip is a very nice thing to have. It does feel slightly smaller, though. I don't know if I'm imagining it or something, but I wish it was like a little bit broader, a little bit long, width-wise, if you will, or length, or however you would orient it to describe it. But just like from the left-hand side to the right-hand side, if that was like another inch or two, I mean, that would just be perfect for me. But it feels great. I love the colors. I love the analog stick, not making Airstrike walk to the top of the well and then go past that into the building. So that said, it is 3:34 in the morning. I'm going to end this video. My apologies it's long. My apologies about the rant on Amazon, but it has to be said. This is something you can't just sweep under the rug because that's clearly what they want done. So once again, I hope to drastically cut my business with them, if not completely do away with it. I will investigate all of my other options before purchasing anything with them. And of course, in terms of games that I want on release day, as they advertise they will deliver to you, never ever again will I do that. I would pre-order from Walmart and walk in the store on a Friday afternoon and deal with throngs of people that claim they know me from some past event in my life than ever risk dealing with Amazon. They could knock off 50% and guarantee day of delivery, and I would never do it again. That will be something that I never, ever, ever do. Like I said, there's a lot of times their prices are ridiculously lower and it's almost to the point of being unexplainable. But if at all possible, I'm going to avoid using them as much as I can, and day of release games, never again. So the Prime membership that myself and my sister have, not getting renewed. So I'll leave it at that, but this is Egg Bomber Airstrike. What I want to know from you, which of these paths do you prefer and why? If you've only got one Air Bomber, or Airstrike I should say, Air Bomber is kind of a cool name, but if you've only got one Airstrike, which of these two paths would you take and give to your Airstrike and why? If you've got standard Airstrike and Egg Bomber Airstrike, what I want to know from you is, would you assign the pass the way I did, or would you flip it? And if so, what is your reasoning there? And that said, oneofwisdom.com is the website. Skylanderclub.com is the forum. I created it for portal masters like yourself. I don't charge money, and I don't make crazy promises I can't keep. So check it out. Sign up if you would like to. All the polls are there as well. Egg Bomber versus Hard-Boiled Flare Wolf aesthetic, our old school good old-fashioned pool table battles, if you will, still alive and well on the Skylander Club forum. Take advantage of that. Follow me on Twitch, even though it's owned by Amazon, and I think I'm eligible for their Twitch affiliate program type of a thing. It's been a long haul to get to 100 followers on Twitch, but Beam, if you can make YouTube exports a thing, It's like, I will walk away without a doubt in my mind. So just throwing that out there too. But like I said, and to Amazon's credit, in the past, they were always fantastic anytime they'd screw something up. This time around, they're not. They're not even acknowledging it, and that to me is when I put the nail in the coffin. So they chose their own fate. They've got to deal with it. But follow me on Twitch and Beam. Twitch is a good site. It was purchased by Amazon, and if I need to carry the vendetta there, I certainly will. But Twitter, I will always tweet before I go live, regardless of which side it is on. And that said, I hope everybody enjoys, has a great Sunday, isn't freezing, doesn't have cold, numb hands like me. And more importantly, I've had requested Pinata be the next set of upgrades we complete. Realistically, I wanted to do him a long time ago. Things happened. But I think I will do that. But let me know. Would you like to see me continue on through the game here? I'm thinking I've got a pretty good feel for when we're going to get Blastertron and Tide Pool. I do believe it's going to be not this week, but the next week. And should that pan out, we'll kind of expedite their introductions and upgrades. So my biggest thing is I hate fighting chaos when I don't have every Skylander. I could conceivably go through there and just use two. I could use Graveclobber and Wildstorm and just be happy as a little lark. But it just something deep inside my soul is bothered if we fight chaos and we don't have Tide Pool, Robo. I don't know if I can hold out for Robo. Maybe it'll be a deal where we'll fight chaos again and we'll use the characters we didn't use that time type of a thing. But let me know what you would like to see stream next, whether it be a progression. I think we're ready for Dragon, Golden Arcade, something. I can't even remember now. The amusement park looking thing with the Dragon Peak reference, I think. Or Enchanted Elven Forest or Kirk's Tiki Temple. I'm kind of leaning that way because we do have Airstrike ready. But let me know your thoughts. I'll try to take them into consideration. But that said, I will have, for your viewing pleasures, timestamps so you can skip the Amazon rant. But hey, it is what it is. That said, myself, Airstrike, Egg Bomber, Airstrike, Birdie, the Falcon, whatever you want to call everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. If you got horror stories about Amazon, feel free to post them here. Send them to me on Twitter. I will retweet them. I'll send them to Amazon. I'll troll Amazon. Whatever I have to do to get my point across. And if you want to see me get the 10 copies of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe to be donated to charity, help me out. Because I would love to do what we can to make this as close to right as we can, even though it never will fully be restored to things as it should be. But I'm cold. I'm freezing. It's very late in the night. And I'll catch you back here later. Adios.